Okay, it's Bitcoin Bankers time, and my name's Shannon. Welcome to Bitcoin Bankers. This is where we work on building our own bank up with our own money, our own currency, working with the smallest amounts and starting from scratch, okay, without credit cards, without loans, without debt, because it's fun to actually see your money grow, okay, that's why we do it. Okay, today I'm going to go over the markets and a couple of things that I've made some changes to my sort of portfolio very recently for a few reasons. I'll explain that. And I'm also going to have a look at Electroneum today. So very quickly first, I just want to go over the coins that I've done. So this will probably run for a few minutes. And then if you don't want to listen to this stuff and just want to know about Electroneum, jump forward and that's fine. I'll try to keep this video a little bit shorter than I normally do. Some of them lead on to about half an hour, and I know that's a lot to have to listen to. So I'll try and keep this short. So let's get into it. Okay, last night I saw a video there that said that Bittrex was actually taking BitShares off their exchange. They were delisting that and a few other coins. Now, I just bought into some BitShares, and the price is already really going badly. Went right down, real shame. So I said, okay, well, I only put a couple of dollars in. What was it, $20? And bit of a shame, but you know, maybe if that comes back, it looked great. Maybe you should be able to get it on Poloniex. Okay, actually, you can get it on Poloniex. So I might even go to those shortly and have a look. So this is what I've done. There's been some talk about Ripple. Okay, now Ripple was the first coin I actually ever bought into. I did that back in, I think it might have been May, June, something like that. I held it for about 6 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that, and it just wasn't performing, and I wanted to get onto other things, so I dumped it. And I also held Stellar because they kind of run hand in hand. So Stellar Lumens, it's called, and XRP kind of run together. So anyway, I held that. And it didn't really move much. It just kind of sat stable. It went down a little bit. My lumens went up. I let both go and moved into other things. I've recently heard a little bit of a whisper that XRP or Ripple is going to be making some release information available soon for the community. Some big developments apparently that they have. Now, I treat everything I hear with a grain of salt. But I am starting to get a couple of confirmations from some different sources, a couple of people starting to talk about it. So today, what I did last night, I saw that Ethereum was sort of moving downward with Bitcoin, so I sold out of that for a little while. I do like Ethereum for the future, but at the moment it's down. If you want to get into Ethereum, we'll have a look at the price shortly. So that's the deal. Dumped my Ethereum. I have about $500 or something in it. Not a lot. And I'm still holding my Ethereum Classic. Okay, that was about $12 US. It's gone down to about 11 now. They're expecting it might go down to 9. Keep an eye on the price there. If it goes any lower than that, maybe jump out for a little while, let it go, or it's up to you if you want to hold. But there is a pretty big expectation that in the new year there's going to be quite a rise, and you can already start to see that building. But when Bitcoin goes down, everything sort of moves with that because it's the standard. That's what happens. Not all of them do. You will get some that'll sort of jump around and be a little bit unusual. But don't fret. You can either hold or you can sort of sell, especially if you made a profit and you got a bit of percentage there, just sell it. Doesn't matter if it's $5. You made $5. If you put in 20 and you made $5, it's 20%, isn't it? 25%. Sell. So put it into something else. Something. Have a look around. Just wait. Find something you like. So anyway, Ripple's looking at releasing some information soon. Don't know what it is, just hearing rumors about it. We can go to Crypto King here, have a look, see Ripple technical analysis. They've got a technical analysis there. Ripple CEO, cryptocurrency and the future of XRP. That's from Forbes. Blockchain tourists. Yeah, so there's heaps of stuff there. But this is the most recent one. So let's have a look at this. If it opens, here we are. So they're seeing a large, oh, get lost. Scammers. Don't like scammers. So Ripple price rose sharply recently against the US dollar. XRP against USD might extend its gains and could even trade towards the 23 cent. Now, a lot of you are going, wow, 23 cents. 23 cents is pretty good. When I bought in, I think it was around 24, 25. So if it's heading back towards 23, that's not too bad. Because this thing could suddenly just take off. And if you go to my channel and have a look in the people that I follow, there's one called Bitsol, I think it is. Bitsol Traders. He's a Korean fella. Now, just be aware, he does short selling and regular trades as well, but you can sign up and join that, but I don't know if I have enough. I have a very, very, very small portfolio, so I don't think I'd really sort of be comfortable jumping on board. But if you've got more, go to Bitsol, have a look and see what he's releasing. But just be aware that he may be providing from the videos that we're seeing are coming out quite a bit later from the information or the times that he's sending his signals to his private traders. So by the time we get the videos, it could be in the position to start, where they're in a position to start short selling. So just be aware of that. But if they're talking long term, he means well. He's not a scammer. He's a big time trader. So keep an eye on him. So what is my main point now? We're looking at Ethereum, maybe moving up in volume. So here it is here. I was watching it. I think I jumped in about here. So it's gone up for a little while, and then it's sort of come back down again, sitting around there. But look, it could make some larger moves. If we're looking at the RSI, you have your signal line and you have your trend line. Together they make the MACD, and it is a moving average. Okay, convergence, divergence, that's what it means. Moving average, convergence, divergence. That's what MACD means. So this here is also your this is your RSI, so it shows basically the volume of trading that the coin is making over a specific period of time. And these two are good to have together, especially if you're doing regular trading. I have it set at the 30-minute, and I should do a video on how I kind of see movements coming in the market with these. It's just a couple of things I've noticed, but I'm still working on it. I'm not an expert in this. Okay, so what we're going to look at now. Let's have a look at Ethereum, because that's kind of fallen right down. Hang on. Ethereum to the dollar. We got Kraken. Where's my Coinbase? There's my Coinbase. Okay, so we're seeing that it's sitting around 289 right now. I kind of sold at, I think it was 292 there. So it's come down, lost a little bit of value, and I just wanted to make sure I could hold on to something. They're lining up pretty soon to make a bit of a move, but I'll try and do a video to tell you that's going to happen. That's at the 30-minute. Let's go to say 5-minute. Depends how, if you're a frequency seller, you buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. You might do it a couple of times a day. I mean, you want to watch out for those fees depending where you do it. But this is sort of something to keep an eye on, is how the RSI moves. You can see it was way overbought here. It's gone on a big sell-off. It's come down. Remember, this is a 5-minute. And it's just slowly starting to build up its velocity again, basically, and its volume. But this, I wouldn't take this as a good indicator of volume. This is more of an indicator of how quickly it's buying and selling. Okay, when you move to the 15-minute, you can start to see the same thing, but you're also looking at this. Okay, watch your MACD and see what it's actually doing. Okay, and how it's driving. So it's about to cross again, so you might see a bit of increase in value. This, okay. Look at the 30-minute now. And again, we're seeing the same kind of pattern here. Okay, but you probably notice it's a little bit different here compared to, say, the 15-minute and the 5-minute. Are you seeing those differences? Okay. I'll explain why in another video. Why I believe it is, anyway. And it's something interesting that's related, because I'm a sound engineer, so it's something I've noticed in sound engineering that kind of equates to this in some ways. Let's have a look at the day. Okay, so a bit of a different sort of measure again. You know, it's sitting around the 47 midway mark. It's very hard to kind of see which way it's kind of going to move. So that's why you need these other measures to see what the trade is doing short term, not as short term, mid term, longer term. Yeah, then you go to the 1 hour, and it's all going to accumulate in different ways as it moves through the patterns to your 1 day. Hint, hint. And you can see the way that it's been moving and the trends and the changes that it's making and where it's starting to sort of look at, you know, is it going to go into a bit of a convergence, and we have to decide where it's going to go from there. So anyway, that's Ethereum. Bitcoin's going down at the moment as well. Nothing big. Some people are saying it could move. We're getting to a point where it could either shoot right down or shoot right up. I'm currently not holding any Bitcoin. I'm not too worried about it at the moment. There's always going to be big changes. It's going to go up again soon. It's going to come down again soon. Okay, so it fluctuates. That's what it does. So I don't hold BitShare anymore. But what I do hold is Classic Ethereum, or Ethereum Classic, same thing. XRP. I hold MadeSafe, which has gone down a bit. I hold Sia Coin. I hold Civic, and I hold NEM. Okay, and for an ICO, I also have Electroneum. Okay, so that's what I'm holding. Now, the reason I changed was because, as I mentioned, Bittrex was taking BitShares off their exchange. So if you're on Bittrex and you have BitShare coin, you might want to look at selling and maybe getting it on a different platform. What I did, I don't like it when people do that to me, so I took all my coins off, sold them all off, and I went back to Poloniex and just basically bought pretty much the same thing except for BitShare because it was solo. So that's my position on the market right now. It may change a little. I'm going to hold Ripple for a few days and see where it goes from there. Anyway, let's get rid of this. Okay, and we don't need crypto. We don't need that one. So let's have a look at Electroneum. Electroneum is a new ICO that's coming out. It is basically a coin that is focused on, it's actually for gamers, okay? And it's a coin that can be exchanged on gaming platforms as currency. And you can, I think you'll be able to convert between normal currency or fiat and Electroneum, okay? Now, the interesting thing about Electroneum is that it has a blockchain that the people will use. It'll be limited to the big-time miners who mine larger crypto and other crypto. It is mineable. It has its own blockchain. And, excuse me, and most interestingly of all is that Electroneum will be mined on your phone. Now, I'm not exactly sure how they're going to do this because normally mining takes a lot of power, takes a lot of things with graphic cards and things like that. They have managed to figure out how to do, I guess you could say, nano mining on devices like a phone, which, you know, they're pretty high tech, but, you know, compared to a desktop where you're really crunching out that data, maybe it'll be based on some kind of nanotechnology that they've discovered in the phone. I don't know. So it sounds quite interesting, but just having a look here, the crowd sale is currently open. Okay, 14th of September it opened. The crowd sale closing date is the 31st of October. I believe they're still in the last few hours of their 30% bonus coin. If you want 30% bonus coin, you can. You can have a look at the bottom of this video, and I have a link. You can link up through mine, and I think you might get an extra bonus on top of that. So you can buy your Electroneum, use Ethereum. It's probably better. That's what I bought mine with. I got about $260 worth just to see how it goes. Not all of that was mine. $66 of that was mine. I got it from Steam. Okay, so I didn't even use anything. I just wrote an article on Steam a little while ago. And now I'm powering down on Steam. I'm powering off, and so they're paying me out. Not a lot of money there, but they're taking a long time to do it. But that's a way to keep their financial interests safe, and I get a bit of a payment every week. So I can use that to buy crypto. Okay, so you're starting to see how this works for me. I'll do, I'll write an article over here. I'll get paid in a crypto. I send a little bit of what I get from that over to buy another crypto, and you can use trading blocks and all other things. So anyway, that's the gist of it. So if we have a look here at Electroneum, it says Electroneum has been designed and built to give the ordinary non-technical user a chance to obtain and enjoy a cryptocurrency, because a lot of people don't understand it. And once it starts catching on, apparently next year there's a lot of expectation that the general understanding and the chatter about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies is really going to start taking effect, and that will affect the market. When you get a certain percentage of the population starting to pay attention to something, there becomes an intense frenzy, okay, at certain points. And a lot of the people who don't know about it just want to get in on it. And if they can get in through their phone, the most commonly accessible platform that the majority of people use around the world. Now, I've been to Vietnam, and I went for a little trip. We went out for a few days out into the more rural areas, and these people are lucky to have a bit of electricity, but they've got a mobile phone and they've got a little motorbike. Guaranteed. No matter where you are in the world, you'll find these people with phones everywhere. Okay, so everyone has a phone, and it's going to be easily accessible, and everyone plays games on their phone when they're traveling, and everybody wants to play around with a couple of little dollars. And if they understand that this currency is not just a pretend token, but actually has some value that they can make from it just from holding it in their wallet, and they can start making money on this, the price of it goes up, the usage goes up. Okay, the shares just spread like wildfire. So if that happens with this, that'd be great. It may take a little bit of time, so we're in for a 5-year run on this, long term. So anyway, it's a non-technical users, ordinary, where are we? Built to give ordinary non-technical users a chance to obtain and enjoy cryptocurrency. They have developed an iOS and an Android app that not only contains an easy wallet function, but also allows a mining experience to let anybody get into. See, so anybody can just get into it. They want easily accessible access to this. The other thing too is that they're actually only using 2 decimal points for their coin, because they understand that most people can't understand this whole Bitcoin thing where it's like 7 to 9 decimal places. Okay, they're just keeping it 2 decimal places so it looks like it's real money. Okay. The other purpose too is that you'll be able to use an app on your phone, or this app on your phone. You can just buy coffee with it. You buy a couple of dollars with it. It's going to be it's focused on the average person in common use, okay, and regular use. Get into cryptocurrency within minutes of downloading the free app. Their blockchain has been specifically chosen and modified to limit the ability of ASIC and GPU miners, allowing the 2 billion plus smartphone users, that's smartphone, okay, to run the blockchain. Okay, so the average person on their smartphone is going to be running the app. Okay, so now you might notice at the moment, if I go to their website, let's see if it works. Oh, it's up again. Okay, it was down for a little while. If you see it do a 503 gateway down, it simply means that they've probably just been hit with a load of traffic, or they're in the middle of a service. Okay, so here's where you can jump on. You can log in. This is the website itself. I strongly suggest you use that link below. And we both prosper. But if you don't want to use a link and you just want to jump in, that's fine. I'm not going to be a pumper, man. No way. So there's 36,000 registered persons who are interested in it. Where are we at in the bonus? I'm going to join the token sale. Okay, so Electroneum, the mobile cryptocurrency. Okay, simple to use, powered by an app. Electroneum is leaps forward in the accessibility of cryptocurrencies. We're raising funds for further development of Electroneum via a crowd token sale, or a crowd sale, token sale. Okay, so you have the white paper here that goes through and explains a lot about it. It's a well-written white paper. It's not like certain other very regal thinking coins. Hint, hint. I read that one to you. Go have a look at Regal Coin, read that, and then you have a read through this one, and you'll see the difference. Electroneum. Come on, dude. Okay, well, that's loading. Okay, enormous market. The ease and use of availability of Electroneum opens up enormous market of 2.2 billion smartphone users. This is the thing. You imagine how quickly this spreads through a phone. Hey, look at this. Look at this. Oh, wow, that's great, Jimbo. Yeah, thanks, Jack. Hey, Julie, try electros. Yeah, how many electros have you got? And they're playing with their phones. They're trading and buying and swapping. People love that stuff. People love to swap, you know. Disruptive technology. Electroneum represents a vast leap forward in the ease of use and accessibility of a cryptocurrency. I'll have to agree with that because normally cryptocurrencies can be very complex and confusing for people to use. So if we have an interesting introduction for the average person to use it, because most people aren't tech savvy. Let's go have some OJ. And they don't have time to be tech savvy. So why not make something that's easy for them to use? They can mine it, they can earn, they can use that in their gaming, and off they go. Okay? So you got finance magnates. Well, they got interviews. They got first British cryptocurrency. So it will be a British cryptocurrency. Interesting. Good. It's it's not just all coming out of China and stuff. This is all coming out of somewhere else, or Zimbabwe or something. It's coming out of England. So it should be interesting. Crowd sale token, download, blah, 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 the white paper, raise money. Yeah, that's what they all want to do. But look, all in all, I think your big three keys are, it's got a blockchain. It's easily accessible. It's easily convertible. It's focused on gaming. So it's a very large audience. What else can you do with it? Easily tradable. It'll be listed on most of the markets, I would assume. Okay, unhackable offline wallets. We'll have to wait and see for that one. Now, at the time of the release of, or the end of their crowd sale, I believe the app will be available. It says it in the white paper here. Okay, tells you what it is. Table of contents. Look, nicely. Look at that table of contents. Electroneum long-term goals. Cryptocurrency industry overview. Why would someone invest in it? The market context. Two main focus areas. Gaming industry, growth of virtual currencies, existing virtual currencies. Current market for virtual currency exchanges. I think they're going to have an exchange too. I'm not sure. So there's a lot of focus on gaming, and especially phone gaming. Okay, gaming and the gambling market. That's probably why my father likes it. He likes his horses and things like that. Okay, opening up enormous new gaming markets. But I think this is all for phone games and things. All sorts of gaming. And how big is that industry? Massive. Okay, so it's very simple, very straightforward, big platform. Here are the people involved. Richard Ellis already runs a $50 million company, been in Forbes magazine. He's a well-known person. Have a look at some of these other guys. So most of these guys are tech guys, actually, which is good. Okay, they know their stuff, they know what they're doing. I think they might. I don't know how much experience they all have in the crypto field. There's definitely an IT guy. You can pick the IT guys. Okay, so here are your fellas involved. They have their full summary of where they want to go and how they want to do things, what their plans are, where they've already been. They started back in 2015 planning this. It's now 2017, and they've passed this mark and they're now selling. So they've spent 2 years of production and planning before they've released it. They haven't just said, oh, let's make a coin. Yeah, okay, and then do it in 2 months and away they go. This has been planned for some time. It's had a lot of time put into it, a lot of idea put into it, a lot of energy, a lot of intellectual focus on good development. So to me, it looks like quite a good, stable coin. It has a use. It has a blockchain. It has a purpose. It's not backed by people investing in pyramid schemes. There's none of that. I think this is a really good one, guys. So Electroneum, jump on, get the white paper, have a read through it. Let's see, it takes a little bandwidth. I'm just trying to, mining Electroneum coins from your phone. Here we are. I think this is important. Installing the free Electroneum app, Apple or Android, immediately gives the user the opportunity to start gaining Electroneum in their wallet. All the time, the app is live. Even in the background mode, it will be running the unique app-based crypto mining experience, which requires zero technical knowledge. Well, that's on your part, if you're using it. It certainly requires knowledge to create it, obviously. So you can go through and have a good look at all this and how it's, they really focus on the mining aspect. So the fact that you can mine this is really, really cool. I think they have a certain limit a full limit of 21 million potential coins eventually. It's either 21 million or 21 billion. It might be 21 million. But have a look through. It's a really well-focused paper. It's got long-term goals. They got current goals. Why you would invest. Blockchain technologies. You're probably hearing a lot of media at the moment about blockchain technologies, the benefits of those, which brings me to smart contracts, and I will talk about smart contracts possibly in the next video because there's some really important information I really want to discuss with smart contracts. Everyone's pumping it like it's the greatest thing in the world. I'm sure it's a good development, but smart contracts have very serious dangers behind them that I believe will occur eventually. It leads people into a very unbalanced level between lender and borrower. And the fact that there'll be some digital robot deciding whether you can continue on in this contract really concerns me. Okay. I think this is a very, very early birthing technology of something like this. The idea essentially is good, but I really have some serious concerns about smart contracts and the legality of it. Basically, the rights of the borrower, what kind of power they will have contractually. Because in any contract, there should be a balance of power between the two parties. The two parties should essentially be equal. In jurisprudence, especially contractual jurisprudence, there should be a balance of power and equality of power between both parties. There should be a fair exchange of something for something, okay? If I'm giving you money, if I'm giving you cryptos, you give me the money. But if you're giving me that money with interest attached and terms attached where it actually creates hardship for me and easy street for you based on a quirk in a computer robot, or whatever you want to call them, that can be disadvantageous for the borrower, especially when a lot of these people focus on small to medium entities who will be borrowing money, and they will be in a position of power to lend. Okay? Not only will they be lending, they'll be holding an asset that will be going up and down, and usually up, especially if they just want to take Bitcoin. Okay? So I think there's some dangers in there, and I'll try and do a video where I can focus on that a lot more, and it really needs to get out there. So anyway, that's Electroneum. That's the markets for today that I've had a look at. Jump on, get the white paper. They got an article here with just a basic little video you can watch. They got tweets from the guys. They've got some videos out. Look, I think it's a well-developed coin. I think there's a lot of thought gone into it, a lot of energy gone into it. My father and I have chosen to put some money into it not a lot, but just enough to get some decent coin. If it brings a return, great for us. Yay, hooray. If you want to sign up for it after you've read it, feel free to use my link. Okay. If you've already read about it, I hope what I've offered has given you a little bit more insight to make a decision. Okay, so that's it for today. It's Bitcoin Bankers. Please subscribe, please like, please share around. We're into making money together from nothing. Be your own bank. Find stuff in the shed that you can sell. You know, don't use credit cards. Don't be caught up in the FOMO, fear of missing out. It is a psychological trap that's used in gambling and all sorts of other things. fear of missing out. You're not going to miss out. You may miss out at certain stages where a coin might move and go up and go down, but they're always going to be here. They're always going to be moving. There'll always be new coins. There's 800 coins on the market at the moment, okay, and heading towards 1,000 real quick. So you've got plenty of choice, plenty of time. Okay, stick with the favorites if you're not sure. Be careful of platforms like Regal Coin and things where everyone pumps money in, and then over a certain amount of time they have to start paying people back, and it's going to cause a lot of financial problems. They collapse, and yeah, be careful of those sorts of things. Okay, yes, they have a coin on CoinMarketCap. So what? So what? Oh, they got a platform. It's worth this. So what? So what? Just be careful. That's all you can. I'm not saying don't invest in it. I wouldn't. I'm not going to invest in something like Regal Coin. I'm even cautious of Bitcoin, like not Bitcoin, BitConnect. BitConnect has been around for a little while, but I'm seeing a lot of people pump their money in, big money, and they're starting to make big withdrawals. And when people with a lot of money make big withdrawals, and it can't be sustained, and what do they have to do? They have to start selling off their coin somehow. Okay, they would have to start selling off their coin or reducing the price or trying to find a way to sustain it. And the moment the people who are running BitConnect turn around and say, we have to pause this because we got to make sure, we got to slow down the payments and make sure everyone gets paid, you got fear, uncertainty, doubt. And FUD spreads like you wouldn't believe. Okay, within 2 weeks, it can just collapse. Okay, very quickly. So that's what I'd be looking out for. Look, it might go along really nice and smoothly. I hope it does. I hope it does for everyone. But that's why I'm really holding off on those kinds of platforms. If they go well, great. You know, but in the meantime, that's it for me. So we'll see you next time round. Cheers.